I did want to share with you guys a couple places to get cars from under $30,000. So good cars to rent for under $30,000. So I have those, and then I also have a credit union that you can actually rent. I mean, that you can actually finance your cars from and get the first 4 months of payments completely free. So we're going to talk about that. I also want to answer a bunch of you guys' questions if anybody has any questions. And, we'll be doing this hopefully every Tuesday or so. So I'll be here to answer you guys' questions about the industry. If anybody has any concerns, I'm always here to help. But let me see here. Let me see. If you have any questions so far, you can go ahead and raise your hand. I'm sorry. I'm trying to pull up the list of cars for you guys.
We do have some questions. I don't know if you want me to select them while you're pulling that up.
Sure.
All right, cool. G, I see your hand is raised. Feel free to unmute yourself.
I'll just wait because I think she's about to answer.
Okay.
It was about the cars, where to get the cars and stuff like that. And also I didn't hear where she's doing tour at.
Oh, I'm in Philadelphia. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm in
Do you know
Philadelphia.
anything about tour in Jersey?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Do you know anything about tour like down in towards Woodbridge or Edison?
In New Jersey?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So like it's basically like the closer you get to either market, the better off you're gonna be. So Northern Jersey, the closer you get to New York, the better off you'll be. Or the closer you get to Jersey City, the better off you'll be. Down the South Jersey way, the closer you get to the beach and the boardwalk and, Wildwood, Atlantic City, over there is the best type of spots because, people are always renting for the, to go to the beach. They want to rent cars to go to for the beach, stuff like that. And then in Philly, it's always good by the airport. Any transportation center is always good. Newark Transportation Center, super awesome over there. Because I don't know why there's just no way to get home from there for some reason. But anyway, just basically find places that people heavily rely on transportation. So if there's a train station, bus station, airport, stuff like that. Beaches always, people don't want to park too far away from the beach, so stuff like that. Just any place that densely populated with people trying to travel, basically. But I will get into the cars in a second. I'm sorry, I just had it pulled up. Right. So a few cars you can get for under $30,000 that are actually really good to rent on the platform are the Lexus S Sport. It doesn't really matter which year. I do say that 2019's work better though, just from my personal experience. I think they're about $32,000, if that. On the high end, they're like the highest price car that I can find that's around their price range. Other than that, obviously the Tesla Model 3 is around that $30,000 price range as well. The BMW, the 2017 BMW 2 Series is around $22,000 to $27,000. So it's actually a luxury car that's pretty on the cheap side, depending on how much they go for. You can price your car correctly, if that makes any sense. Then there's also the 2017 Mercedes C300, which is about 26,000, right? 26,000 to, I would say 26 to 28,000 for the 2017 one. And just because it's not like this year, doesn't mean that it's not going to rank as well as the others. You can always go a couple years back, as long as you're not going too far back to where it's not going to be let onto the platform. There's that. There's the 2017 Mercedes C-Class for I believe that's $26,000, something like that. So it goes down from there. Mercedes has a lot of really nice luxury cars in a very good price range. So like in general, they have good cars that rent. You just want to be mindful that they are on the more expensive side to fix. So to maintain, it's going to be a bit more of but you do get the cash flow in order to do that. So it might end up being a good thing for you. Just, play with those types of cards and those types of categories, stuff like that. I will say that the Texas Credit Union has a 0 down promotion as long as the car is under 100K. So all of those cars that I just mentioned, if you want to get them through Texas Credit Union, you will pay 0 down and you wouldn't have a payment for the first 4 months. If you're thinking, okay, well, how do I get in Texas Credit Union? I don't live in Texas, how am I supposed to do that? You can always make a foreign entity for your LLC. And as long as you have a foreign entity in that state, then you're more than welcome to all of the banks in that state. So if you make a foreign entity in Texas, then you can go to Texas Credit Union and get you a card from there on your business credit. I'm sorry. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry. Outside of that, those are just a few cards that you can get through Texas Credit Union that you can actually get for the first 4 months, no money down, basically. So if you were looking to step into it but didn't have the capital right now and you just wanted to like get the cash flow going first before you actually, get serious about it, then that's one option for you if you do have an LLC. If you have more questions on the whole process, just let me know. And I can definitely do that for you. But right now I'm gonna go to some of the questions in the comments. Give me 1 second. Okay. I'm sorry.
I
Can you
also
see them?
have 2 people with their hand raised as well. So whichever way you want to go.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm sorry. Can you see the
Sure.
hands that are raised? Sorry, I can't look.
Absolutely. All right. So Ashley Brown, we are coming to you. And then we can review the chat for questions as well.
Hey, Jerica. Last time you had this Turo meeting, you had posted in the links for the trackers. Can you give me the links again? I've actually
absolutely.
went on, the website and asked that question, but nobody replied.
Gotcha, no problem. I believe the links that the basket of links that I shared should be under that live. If you don't see them, I will also share them again in the Facebook group, right after this. So
yeah, I needed
I'm gonna share those links again in the Facebook group if you didn't see them the first time.
Yeah.
And if you need anything else, just let me know and I'll just add that.
Yeah, I forgot to take a screenshot. And then also I do want more information for like if I want to do it through my LLC, the route or the, how to do it properly through that way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have a little guide that puts together basically the whole step-by-step process on how to do that.
Okay.
So I'll be sure to put a link to that in the post.
All right, thank you.
We also have a class tomorrow evening with Miss Business discussing how to open up your LLC and stuff like that.
All right, thank you, Janet.
All right, so Violet, you are up next. Unmute yourself, please.
Hello. I had a quick question. I'm totally new to the process. I know nothing about it. And I live in Stamford, Connecticut. I went on the website, Turo's website, and I did see other cars. I kind of tried to compare cars that, like basically look and see what's renting and what it's renting for. But I do have access to New York City because my son lives there. Is it pretty difficult to rent in New York City? Because where would you park the car? Like, would you? I'm
so
also.
Parking is a big issue over
Go ahead.
there. That's why most of the people that do rent in New York City, they'll either park like on the outskirts, like into Queens a bit, or like into Brooklyn a bit, or like by like in between like the beach and the city type of place, or they'll go across the bridge into Weehawken or Jersey City and they'll park over there, and then people will just make the commute over the bridge. Even though there's parking issues, it doesn't mean that there aren't ways around it. You can work with the car dealerships, you can work with the parking lots, you can even work with some of the car rental businesses in the area that aren't renting their cars enough, and say, hey, do you want to have some type of contract with me where I rent out your cars that aren't making your quota, and then you can kind of work it out like that, to the point where the cars already have a designated parking spot, and then you can work from there. I've even had people work with car wash people or gas stations or stuff like that. So it's always a workaround for everything.